how did you go about that decision-making framework to change your mind?
I think it's when you start to feel like it's on your mind all the time and there's discomfort. When there's discomfort is where you should dig deeper. When you're uncomfortable is where you should be like, okay, this needs some interrogating. So if you find like, oh my God, I'm thinking about this, I'm thinking about this, I'm thinking about this, and you're just thinking about it, or you keep going back and forth and there's no break in the cycle. Like for me, thinking about, I've had a lot of things I've changed my mind about, but that's just the easy example. I was like, I should do it, I should do it, I should do it, I shouldn't do it, blah, 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 back. And I was like, just stop, pause, and get this out of your head and outside of you verbally and just speak about it. And what I always do is like, yeah, pros cons list is great, but also my future if this happened and my future if this didn't happen, and the worst case scenario for both. Make sure that I take the worst case scenario and I give myself a bunch of other options about how it could be better, how it could not be the worst case scenario, and how I could cope even if it was. So like I think about wanting or not wanting children is like a good example. And it's like, okay, so my life in 5 years, if I decide I want children and we have children, this is what it would look like. My life in 5 years, if I decided that I didn't want children, we didn't have them, that's what it would look like. What would be the worst case scenario in both of these cases? Worst case scenario, I end up realizing I hate being a mother. And I realize that this has taken all my freedom if I have kids. Worst case scenario, if I don't have kids, I end up realizing there's this huge, awful hole in my life that I can't fill with anything else. That's the worst case scenario. What if 5 other scenarios that could actually happen? And then what's the best case scenario? And what's the alternative that could be even better? You know what I mean? And that's so important to me and how could I cope? So like say I decide not to have kids and I have this huge, terrible regret. I could still survive that.